have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, I was going. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast Show. And tonight, guys, you are in the Lion's Den with Ispook Paranormal. I hope I said that right. From West Palm Beach, Florida. Uh, Man, I reached out to these guys last week, man, and they said, hell yeah, we'll come on the show, man. And hey, I got him on the show. Mr. Austin is having technical difficulties. We cannot see his pretty face, but that's okay. It's not about the face. It's about what these guys are doing out there in the field, out there in the paranormal, the paranormal community, how they conduct themselves, how they investigate, how they educate, and out there just having fun. Actually, this is the first team that I found in West Palm Beach. So I'm a little curious to know what's going on out there besides beaches and BBLs and all that stuff that's going on out there, man. But hey, I'd like to do a quick shout out for all the guys that are on the different platforms I'm on tonight. All you guys that are in the UK, all you guys that are that are international over there in Japan, all you guys that are on Kick, Rumble, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, my personal Facebook page, and my paranormal podcast page. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Feel free to leave comments in the chat. I will make sure that these guys get them. Uh, you know, but with enough said, hey, let's get this party started. I spoke paranormal. What's going on with you guys this evening?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
How's it going?
Hey,
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Now, who is the founder of the team? Must be Austin.
It'll be me, the guy you cannot see.
All right. Hey, man, Austin, appreciate it, man. You guys coming out of your busy Sunday to come chat with me. Man, I know when I called you, I guess you thought I was a bill collector or something. I don't know, but you just said, "Hell yeah, man! I don't mind doing a podcast with you." So, hey, today we're making history. Uh-oh. So, but before we even get started, let's give a big shout out to Lost Souls PI. Lost Souls PI. What's going on up there in I believe North Carolina, if I believe so. If I'm wrong, put where you're from in the chat. But I think it's North Carolina. So, all right. So, hey guys, I'm going to ask you guys a bunch of questions. Feel free. Sit back, relax, enjoy the moments. If you guys got cookies and milk, you can dunk them or whatever you guys have. Feel free to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Austin, I know that you can't see. I know.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, first question of the day for you guys is, man, what is going on in West Palm Beach? Is there anything spooky going on? Because West Palm Beach is really not known for anything spooky. What's going on over there?
Awesome.
Austin.
Austin?
Okay, what did you say? Now your camera's okay. Something's going on with this StreamYard.
He's asking what's going out on in West Palm Beach tonight.
Oh man, it's not really like our area because we have to go farther out. But we travel around all types of Florida. We just came back from Miami to a Gold Coast Train Museum, and we had fun over there. We got a lot of good stuff. Last month we came back from a private investigation.
Okay. Okay. How long you guys been together?
Oh man, we got together in start of July actually. I
Oh,
created a
wow.
team called Provoke Paranormal, and then like a month ago, or month, a little over a month, Terry came to me and suggested an idea to change the name because Provoke Paranormal, people don't like the word provoke, even though I thought it was like an eye-catching name. That's why I used it. People sometimes get it twisted the wrong way, thinking about provoking is provoking and summoning up demons and all of that. So Terry just came to me an idea saying, "Hey, if you want to get more people and more attention to your brand, change the name from provoke to something else." And when I
Mm.
did that, that was like the biggest thing. We started to grow even faster once we changed the name. So I had to thank Terry for helping me with that suggestion.
All right. Well, appreciate it, Big T, for helping him out. Me personally, I think a name is just a name. It's not about the name. It's all about performance, education, and all that other good stuff. But I do like. Okay, who made the logo? I do like the logo that you guys have put out. I didn't use that particular logo, but the one, yeah, I I like that logo.
We have all different types of logos. We have a ghost logo, we have an eye logo, we have like red. We got a couple of different logos. We have an updated logo now that we just changed. I don't know if I can bring it up here, but it's blue, black. That's the color, and it stands out. It has like a devil's eye. So
Mm-hmm.
when we say Ispook with the eye as our main logo, so it brings out that evilness in the name.
They kind of remind me of the Eye of Raw, but that's
Yeah.
that's a that's yeah, that one. Yeah, that's a nice little logo. I started to jack you for it, but I'm like, nah, I better not. All right, hey guys, I need for you guys to one by one come on, introduce yourselves to the world, and tell the world a little bit about what each individual do for the team. Starting with Terry.
Hey, everybody. Terry. Just like Terry. But yeah, I'm one of the team members, co-lead. Um, just skills I've learned uh, throughout the years, and yeah, I'm an investigator that I totally believe in the paranormal, but I also look at it kind of with a skeptic view, knowing not everything is paranormal. Um, but yeah, I just try to have fun with it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, hey, appreciate you joining the show, my brother. All right, Kara and Cordell, what's up with y'all up there?
I'll let you go first.
Um, I'm Kara. I'm the parasensitive. Grew up around the paranormal. Grew up in a haunted house. All that fun stuff. And I help mostly with the private investigations and finding stuff like that, reaching out to people, all of that.
Okay. Okay.
My name is Cordell. I am the videographer, cameraman for Ispook Paranormal. So all the pictures you see of us are done by me. I'm also a rookie investigator, but I've been
Mhm.
involved with the paranormal for basically all my life.
Okay. Okay. Well, great, man. Hey, appreciate you guys coming to the show. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you guys a bunch of little questions. Feel free for you guys to take turns, or if you want to speak, you know, first, feel free. This is an open, podcast. I mean, nobody has to wait their turn. If you feel like you want to speak, go ahead and speak. And hey, I'm here for you guys. I'm here to listen. Hopefully, you guys can educate me on some things, and I can do the same thing. So first question of the day is for Austin. Austin, what made you want to put this team together? Was something traumatic happen in your life, or you just decided, hey, this sounds like an interesting, field for me to be in, so I'm going to take my shot.
Well, I've been watching Paranormal since I was very small, and when I did watch Paranormal, I used to get freaked out when I'm sleeping. When I drink water, and you know how ice melts and ice just drops. I think that was like a ghost, so it scared me out of bed, and I ran into my mom's room crying, saying, "Oh my God, there's a ghost in my room. I can't sleep in there." That's how, because that's all I did is watch Paranormal. So I'm like a big I became an enthusiast, and I just watched it. Watched Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, all the stuff you see on TV. I watched it.
Hmm.
I was just influenced by it. So
Oh,
then I was in the military, so I was stationed in North Carolina, and my friend who was my roommate at that time suggested, "Hey, why don't we go out and do this and have some fun with this?" So I invested in some small gear like the SP7 and the K2, and then we started going out to small little places, abandoned places around North Carolina. One of my first investigations was at Lydia's Bridge. The other one was at an abandoned convalescent center. Those were in North Carolina, so that's how I got started. And then that whole thing, I started jumping from team to team because I was just basically by myself. So I
uh-huh.
started to grow North Carolina. So I started to work with different teams all in out North Carolina. So I was grateful to take the time to go to Virginia, West Virginia, South Carolina, and all around North Carolina. And I was trying to start a team in North Carolina, but I got out of the military, so that was put on hold. Then I went through a rough patch in my life, which I was in a relationship. I was in Washington. I got out of it, came back to Florida, restarted the paranormal with my best friend since high school. He's not here, but his name's Eric. He's on the team, and him and I just started going all around Florida, just having fun with each other. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try to take another shot at building a team. Let's see if I can get something out of it. And the first person that contacted me was Terry. And
Okay.
ever since then, I've been influenced because when new people join the team, I get better ideas from them. So Terry gave me more ideas. Terry's been a huge asset for this team. If it was without Terry, this team would have had been going where it's going. So that's something I really appreciate from Terry. And I know Cara and Cordell, they just joined recently, and I know they're gonna take some steps in the team, and I'm gonna appreciate them for helping out.
Okay. Well, hey, Terry, you the man. You are the man. All right, now, Austin, I'm gonna pick your brain for a minute. Now, you said that you watched a lot of paranormal shows on TV.
Yeah.
Now, the question that I have for you is, when did you realize that paranormal investigating on TV and what you do now is totally different?
Reality. It's the reality. I already know, like when I got older, I was like, all right, a lot of these things is not really happening. They have to do it because it's reality TV, and they have to
Uh-huh.
get their money's worth. So they're gonna, and it's money, big money. So obviously they pay ghost hunters, ghost adventures, these big bucks to freak out the way they freak out, or stage the things they need to the stage. And
Right.
so, yes, they got, sometimes a lot of people don't like them, but it's not up to them because they want to make money. They like doing what they're doing. Some of it's probably real, but a lot of it is staged for entertainment purposes. So it's something I realized when I went on an investigation is those things happen on TV doesn't happen much in the real world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Austin's right. Honestly, like some of the things that you see on reality TV, ghost hunting, and what you see in an actual investigation do not go hand in hand. It's very, very different.
Yes, sir. It is. Now, you guys, how long have you guys been investigating? Austin, I know you've done it, like you say, when you was in North Carolina. Uh, Terry, how long have you been investigating as a paranormal
Oh,
investigator?
man, I'm about to show my age. Okay, so 2007, 2008 time frame is when I started. Um, and I wasn't deep into it. I saw Ghost Hunters whenever it started,
Mm-hmm.
and we would start going out to places, and then I started going out of state, driving to places. I went to Valentine Museum in upstate New York. I think it's close by Syracuse, and we actually got some EVPs, and I'd have the tight throat feeling, and I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. Um, I've been able to see one apparition my entire life, and I was hooked by then. So, uh, military, I moved around, so I've got to go to places around the country, some other places outside of the country, um, and yeah, that's pretty much my story as far as investigating. It's been doing it for a while.
Okay.
Now doing it pretty steadily.
Okay. Now, Terry, I'm gonna come back to you because you are a unique individual. You are a brother. You're a black man, and you're a paranormal investigator. So I am gonna pick
Not
on
too many
you for
others.
a moment. I'm gonna pick on you for a moment because us as black people, our situation is a little bit different. So I'm going to get with you in a minute. I'm going to run up to Cara and Cordell and see what these guys, what made them jump into such a strange and unusual field of paranormal investigating. So, guys, the floor is yours. Please take it away.
So we've been doing a little bit on and off, like private stuff since we got together, 4 years ago. So we've gotten a little bit of that, but like I said before, I grew up with it. So very much it's been just kind of woven into me as a human being in what I like to do, what I'm interested in, all of the nice things that come with it.
And I grew up watching shows like Terry said, Ghost Hunters, Haunting, and Ghost Adventures, and that's what really piqued my interest. I did my first investigation midway through high school in like 2017 at one of our local areas, and I've been latched ever since.
Okay. Now, I normally don't ask this when I'm on, when I have people guest on my show, but
Okay, I just seen that. No, it's not. No, it's
hey,
not.
Virgil, don't you start tonight. Don't you do it, Virgil. Hey, Virgil's a friend of mine from Manchester, England,
Oh
and
yeah.
he said some of the craziest things. I think 2 weeks ago, I think the aliens abducted his cows. Uh, so I don't know if he got them back or not, but I guess we'll figure this out in a little bit. Hi, Sarah. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the show. Virgil, you stay out of trouble. Now, guys, how old are you guys? I
I'm
gotta ask.
37.
I want to know who's the youngest. The
Yeah.
oldest is
Who, well, I got an idea of who the oldest is. Hey, my man, Big T. Big T, the oldest. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, with come age, come wisdom, come knowledge, come understanding.
there you
That's
go.
what that's what it's all about. So, uh, yeah. So, who's the youngest?
That would be me.
How old are you, sir?
I am 25, my friend.
25. Okay, okay. And I'm not. You're not supposed to ask a woman how old she is, so I'm not going to do that. Austin, how old are you?
I believe I'm the second youngest. I'm 26.
26. Okay. Now, I'm looking at your Facebook page. Did you guys just start your Facebook page? Uh, and if so, are you guys located on any other social media outlets besides Facebook?
TikTok, Instagram. I try Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
It's different out there. So
Oh yeah.
I don't pay much attention to that, but we do. We're on Instagram and Twitter, Instagram and TikTok.
Okay, okay. So guys, if you all you guys there in the chat, you guys want to reach out to them, feel free. They have a Facebook page. They got a Instagram, and there's a couple of other more platforms we're going to talk about later on in the show. Maybe we can get these guys hooked up on, and also get these numbers up. So, all right. So, guys, tell me a little bit. Where are you guys located? I have to know.
We're all located at the same area. We're around West Palm Beach. We just say West Palm Beach because we say the city we're at. People are just gonna be
Hmm.
like, "Where is that at?" So we say West Palm Beach because that's the closest big city near us. That's like 40 minutes from us. So they're like, "Oh yeah, I know where West Palm Beach is," but we live Port St. Lucie. So that's like 40 minutes north of West Palm Beach.
Okay, now how big is West Palm Beach?
It's really big. It's a lot of millionaires, billionaires that lives there. Donald Trump lives there. All these
Uh,
special fancy people that lives there.
oh man, yeah, it don't sound like my type of neighborhood.
No,
Hey,
I don't like rich people either.
hey, I will. Hey, I'm at the bottoms, man. Hey, that's where I love to be. That's where my peoples are at. Hey, I love hanging down there in the hoods, getting some good soul food, man, some good Puerto Rican food. Just
Oh
trying to
yes.
mingle, and But hey,
Spirits are good for
guys,
that.
yeah. All right, guys. Couple questions here. Why do you guys want to investigate such a dangerous field?
The thrill for me.
Just the thrill.
I
So
love the thrill.
the
I
thrill.
want
So Terry, the thrill for you too, or is
to.
it something more?
For me, I just want to know.
Okay.
What's out there? Is it real? When I was young, I would hear laughter and stuff like that, and which that wasn't the point where I got hooked. It scared the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to know, um, are we still around when we leave this plane? Um, I believe so, but
Okay.
I don't think I've seen actual proof yet. So why not
Mm.
go out there? Why not go out there and be a part of trying to find that actual truth?
Mm. Okay. Now, if you found out everything that you're looking for, if somebody was to grab you by your hand, Terry, and say, "Hey, come with me. I'm going to show you everything that you ever thought about this paranormal field that everybody's so intrigued of." Once you know all that information, would you continue to investigate, or would you just say, "Hey, I know everything, and I'm just gonna let it go from there"?
I would absolutely continue because I believe you'll never know everything. And that would just pique my interest and be like, oh, wow. So that's here. Well, let's start digging into this too.
Right,
Got to
right.
be more of this and then other things. That would just pique my interest to keep going.
Okay. Now, what do y'all's parents think about what you guys do? I have
Yeah.
to know, man. You guys, I mean,
Don't say, don't tell, don't show, don't do. Just do me.
Mm.
Just keep it with me,
Uh,
myself, and I. That's it. They don't want to know.
they don't want
my
to know.
mother, yeah, that's about what my mother told me. She was like, "You're going where?" She's like, "Nah, that's not for me." And Terry, the, they made a
My mom
movie
always
called
told
The
me,
Move,
"Hey, follow your dreams."
and when you know how black people do, we go, "Nope."
Nope. Hey, you know what? If y'all ain't never seen that movie, it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
y'all have to watch that movie. And that dude seen that UFO in the sky. He like, nope, ain't doing it today, and just walked
Yeah,
right back to the barn. That was
you never see
so
us going
hilarious.
towards it in the movie. We go the other way.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that makes our culture so unique. Because when we were born, especially me here, I was born in Colorado, and I was basically raised in Texas. My grandparents always told me, my mom always told me, he's like, son, if you see something you don't understand, or you hear something that you can't figure out or you can't comprehend, just run away from it. Just run. You know, is that the same thing they said to you, Terry, or was it something a little different?
I would say my parents did. My grandmother, no. Uh, she's old school from Louisiana, dabbled in a few things from the motherland.
Mm,
So I've
I
seen
can
stuff
just
growing up.
imagine.
I've heard stuff growing up, but so she was, I stayed with her most summers, and she would always push me to adventure, to go out in the world, and you know, live it up, be safe, but live it up. And then, uh, my parents weren't too restrictive. I mean, where I grew up, we had a lot of woods, so we were in there playing. We were, kids can't do that today, I guess, but um, yeah, they're more conservative on that, though.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Are you guys able to read the comments that are on the screen if I display them? Now, I told Virgil to behave himself, but it's not going to work.
A
You're saying
giant
I'm
cicada
kind of
swept in
Boston.
and carried my beloved cow Daisy away. She was my best milker and carried her off to its monstrous nest. Boy, I still love and miss her. I am crying as I type this. It makes me so emotional.
Okay. All right.
I'm
I,
so
I like
sorry,
I like
Virgil.
I like Virgil already.
Take this home.
Okay, Virgil. You know what? Virgil has been a big supporter of my podcast for the last 2 years. This guy has told me some of the most unbelievable and amazing stories of his life. Uh, yeah, the one that really got me, guys, is when his wife ran away with a black guy from Africa. It totally blew my mind away. He might put it in the chat. I don't know, but it was something. It
What?
was it
All
was
right.
something hilarious. I was rolling when he said that. But Virgil, dude, you are the man. So hey, I told you this podcast to get weird here at some point. But guys, man, let's talk. Let's go back to Hollywood for a minute. Now, Austin, you said you watch just about every podcast show. I mean, not every podcast, every paranormal TV show, Ghost Adventures, YouTube, not
Yep.
YouTube, uh, so many others. I can't even
There's a
think
lot.
of it right
There's
now.
too many of them.
So
There's
many
so
cars.
many of them. But the question that I have for you guys is, do you think they got it right?
Yeah.
I guess
Eh.
Sometimes.
if you want likes from 13-year-olds, absolutely. But like, I don't want, I watched uh, Ghost Hunters, but like on YouTube, I watch Paranormal Quest.
Mm-hmm.
They actually try to debunk themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll actually send stuff out to Beardo. Uh, he's a debunker, and I haven't seen any debunkers talk crazy about them because they try to. It looks like they're trying to do it truthfully, and they got a nice following. Um,
Mm-hmm.
then there's other shows that I'm not gonna. I don't want to put say bad stuff about people's shows out there, but I'm not. I don't watch them. I don't watch them if there's anything remotely fake or anything like that. I'm 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 not going to give anything to that.
Okay, now you mentioned fate. Do you think when people put out false evidence about what they captured, do you think that hurts the paranormal community or do you think it helps the paranormal community because it brings people that are intriguing into the community that want to try to see for themselves on if this thing, whatever's going on, if it's really real or, you know, whatever their case might be. Do you think it hurts or helps?
I think both. Um,
Yeah,
Yeah.
both.
you get people who get interested, which is great, but then they go out there and do an actual investigation, and they're like,
Totally different.
"Well, this sucks. I didn't catch anything." Well,
Yeah.
because you're not going to every time you go. You could be
No.
in the most haunted spot in
Not
the
only
world.
that, but it's not going to be as dramatic every time either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. There's nights where you ain't gonna catch nothing.
Exactly.
yeah,
And understand. And a lot of them will say now too, we're not paranormal investigators. They'll just say we're adventurers or something like that to get away from that. Um,
Mm.
Urbex
to each
explorers.
their own. To each their own, but it's not for me.
leave the
I
Urbex
believe
guys
in
out
the
of
truth,
this.
and that's just me. I don't want to put anything out there that's
Well, you know what, Terry, Big
crazy.
T, I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm gonna put it out there. Now the thing is, there's a conflicting stories between people that are paranormal investigators and people that are ghost hunters, people that are uh, urban explorers. You know, urban explorers aren't too far away from a ghost hunter. A ghost hunter is pretty much that goes out and looks for ghosts. I had this discussion last night on a podcast from a team out of Michigan. A ghost hunter pretty much, and I'm not knocking on what they are, but a ghost hunter is somebody that goes out to locations and look for ghosts. Can we all agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Paranormal,
Yep,
a,
yep, I agree.
a paranormal investigator is going to take their.
I
It's
just
going to
read
take.
I read his comment. He's time he has 12 kids.
Oh my god!
Love there still.
a
Yeah,
19 driver from New York.
Oh man.
I,
You and your guests think
That's
we'll get
awesome.
back together.
yeah. I don't think so, man. Virgil, you might as well just let that go, bro. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
we'll get back. Hey, but we'll get back to Virgil in a minute. Uh, you know, being a ghost hunter, like I'm saying, really doesn't. The name is it's okay for what you are or what you want to be. But a paranormal investigator, it's something that's unique within itself because we take the time, the effort to actually, and to research our future investigation site. We take so much time and effort, whether just popping right on into a location we don't know nothing about and just saying, "Hey, let's go and just go and investigate or go ghost hunting." One thing, guys, about me is I would never label my team as ghost hunters because that's not what we are. That's not what we're about. That's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I'm not knocking anybody else. A ghost hunter and an urban explorer are more close to one than a ghost hunter than a paranormal investigator. Your thoughts on that, please?
I agree with that totally.
no. You're
I agree with
100%
it.
correct.
So with it's really hard, because the community, once you go into your community and they see that you're a ghost hunter, you know, they look at you as like a little misfit.
Yeah.
Okay, where you going over there, and you're going to provoke. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you're not going to put no thought into what you're doing when you get there. So basically, you're going into blind. You're going into a location blind. Would you guys say that's safe?
No,
I don't think
I
so.
wouldn't. 'Cause you,
No.
personally, you don't know what's there. See, when I first started, I was a ghost hunter. I went in there, I provoked. I started as that because I had nobody. I had nobody. I just wanted to go out there and see if there's ghosts. So I went ghost hunting. So I did provoking. I did a lot of that. I did a lot of those bad things I shouldn't be doing. But I want to see if there's actual ghosts. So I went to this one place in North Carolina. It was abandoned, but now it's torn down. But the guy raped a little girl at one of the nursing homes, killed her, and then killed himself. So now it's like a repeat thing that goes on. In the pink room. I think it's called the pink room. I think it's a bathroom or a closet. But when I went there, I started provoking. I started saying things to it to cause it. It's on my YouTube as well. So when I said the wrong thing, I felt like I was attacked. I felt a sharp pain in my stomach. I had to get out of there. It wouldn't leave until I'm like out of that place. And once I'm out of that place, I felt better. It just felt like a stabbing, like a very sharp pain, like somebody's just putting something inside of my stomach. So that's the first time I was learning about don't provoke crazy.
No, do not provoke. It's really hard when you provoke. I mean, it's something that you don't want to do. You we have to realize is just because these guys are no longer here physical, they're not in their body, but hell, dude, they still, if you piss them off, they still can carry a big punch.
Oh yeah.
And it's no joke out here. So who can I pick on? Kira, you're being kind of quiet over there. Uh, on a scale from 1 to 10, how dangerous do you think what you do really is?
Um, it can get pretty dirty and personal, yeah. But the best thing to do to prevent it from getting worse than it already would be to research the area, research what has been going on, figuring out what to look for as far as debunking, figuring out what's real, what's fake, getting to know the people who live there, as we've seen in a couple of our investigations. I'm sure Terry knows what I'm talking about. And just getting a lowdown before you walk in. That way you know a little bit of what you're walking into.
Okay. Well, okay. Now, from a scale from 1 to 10, one is being pretty simple. 2, 10 to the most dangerous. From 1 to 10, how dangerous do you think the paranormal profession is or could be?
If you go in blindly and you go into like the most active things, I would want to say like a 7 or an 8, just
7 or 8?
because you don't actually know what you're doing. If you don't
Right.
know what you're walking into, you don't know what you're doing. You could piss off the wrong thing. Um, Especially in a very active area. But that's if you know how to get out of it.
An 8. An 8 is, yeah. I agree with you on the 8. I have somebody said a 9 last night, but it can
I
get
mean,
pretty dangerous. You
yeah,
know,
I grew up around things getting thrown a lot, stuff like that. So it can get pretty gruesome in a
mm, what's
very
the
active area.
what's the most dangerous location you guys has been in?
Mm.
Um, Go ahead, Austin.
Are you saying this as a team or individually? Because as a
Uh,
team, we're
yeah,
pretty new to the locations.
okay. Well, I was gonna say as a team, but okay. Well, you know what? Tell me about some of the locations that you guys have on your book that you want to get into.
Uh, oh yeah. The best investigation was in North Carolina. I went on the USS North Carolina, and I went on the Trevette Clinic. Trevette Clinic is probably like one of my best investigations because I had like a lot of stuff moving around, a piano playing, or just fly in, SLS figure showing up, communication, K2 going off. That was a really, really fun investigation I've been on. But the most scariest one was the one that I was telling you about when I had that pain in my stomach. That was the worst feeling I had, because I don't know what was going on at that place, but that was something else.
Oh wow. All right. Well, man, you got to be careful. Uh, guys, three. There are three that paranormal investigators don't do. There's three things in it, or I guess it could be in anybody's rule book, but three other three things that paranormals don't do. Do you guys know what they are?
Don't play with Ouija boards, that's for sure.
But that's not the top three.
No.
That's more like number eight. And I'm pretty sure everybody on the panel has done it.
I let the rookies do it.
Maybe
Thanks, buddy.
I
Throw us
can
to
think
the
of is
wolves.
breaking and entering is one I can think of. You shouldn't do.
Well,
Trespassing.
trespassing is like number 10. What is the three things that paranormal investigators should not do ever?
Provoke a spirit.
Yeah, purposely
Intentionally.
piss one off.
Intentionally provoke.
Cause destruction, vandalize.
Desecrate graves.
Yeah,
Oh,
vandal.
that's a big one. That is a big one. That's like number 5 or 6. Okay. Now, guys, the three things that paranormal investigators should not ever do is one, go to estate sales. Number 2 is never go to a garage sale. Number 3 is never go to a Salvation Army or a thrift store and buy anything. Can anybody can anybody tell me why?
Because you don't know what has something attached to it.
There you go.
But we go out of our way to find stuff like that.
Yeah, we actually have a collection of haunted dolls.
Oh wow. Well, if that's the case, I understand what you guys do, but you know, the biggest thing today is people are buying things that are has attachments, and most people don't know that these things are attached. You
Yeah.
know, estate sales, especially estate sales, because estate sales are basically uh, people are having sales because somebody's passed away. You know, so I'm telling you, Big T, if I see you sitting in my lazy boy, I'm coming to get you. I'm just telling you that I'm coming to get my lazy boy, and I am gonna. You can take it, but knowing that's my favorite chair, and my daughter is selling it to you, and she knows that that's my favorite chair, and I'm attached to that chair because I watch it every day. I mean, not every Sunday watching football. So I got an attachment. So don't you think I have every right to that chair?
Yep.
Yes.
It's your
You
favorite
don't
thing
have
in
to
life,
worry
and it
about.
should be your favorite thing after you pass.
Yeah. So
But I see where you're touching with that because I was reading something recently or watching a video on something about when they sold somebody a Dybbuk box.
mhm.
And if you know anything about Dybbuk boxes, they are extremely dangerous.
Yep.
So I have a theory on the divot box.
I'm listening.
Probably controversial, but what is a divot
Uh,
and where's a divot from?
I feel like that's like, isn't it like part of the Jewish faith?
Okay, so these people sell this as demons in a box, and they call it divot box. So my theory is I think most of those are fake. And
Yeah.
I think if
Yes.
they have a real one, they have a real one. They probably shouldn't call it a Dybbuk box. I forget what that word is when you take somebody's culture and you know.
Hey, we got Russell Crowe on the cast tonight. What's up, Russell Crowe? Cordell, you look like Russell Crowe.
Oh, I
Young Russell
appreciate
Crowe.
it.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
he's the what's that movie? They just did a part 2.
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
No, apparently I'm Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover.
Oh,
Well, okay, I can see that
Oh
one.
yeah.
I can see that one. But
I like
We
guys,
joke a lot at work with him about it.
yeah. So if you guys can stay away from, it's just my opinion. Stay away from estate sales, yard sales, unless you into collecting haunted items. Uh, yeah, I would not recommend that. Those are number 1, 2, and 3 on my list of what not to do. Uh,
yeah, I
4,
don't do
5,
any
and
of that.
6. Go ahead
Yeah, I don't do any of that because you don't know what you're really getting. Somebody can tell you you're getting one thing,
and get
and you're
another.
expecting to get what they told you, and it could be something a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Or
yeah,
nothing at all.
Oh,
Or
definitely.
nothing at all. You just gave them money for nothing. But it could be something a lot worse than what you thought it was. So me personally, to each their own. But I don't partake in that.
yeah.
I don't
Don't
want to bring. I
partake
don't
it.
want to bring anything home that I don't want here. Now, if I want something here, I mean, you're still, the gauntlet.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I get an attachment and it comes home with me, he's there. I got to apply the same type of rules that I apply to this guy as I apply to my kids. You got to
Yeah.
lift the toilet up. You got to pay bills. Either you got to do both. You know what I'm saying? If the toilet paper runs out, you got to replace the toilet paper. You got to pay. I mean, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, dude. If you're gonna come hang out with me, that's fine. I don't mind. But dude, you got to pay where you lay. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
like all these spirits, man, that are coming. Hey, nope. I expect rent. I expect rent at the first of the month, just like everybody else. No ifs and buts about it. If you don't, you're gonna get an eviction notice. I'm just being honest with you.
A lot of my dolls are actually inherited from my mom. My mom collected them a lot and left them to me when she passed away.
Oh,
So she very much was just like, you got to put boundaries out like you would an animal. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. After a certain time, go to bed. Don't fucking, don't irritate me, like all of that. So
there you go. Wow.
that just
Speaking
had
of
to make me laugh.
right, speaking of animals, Austin,
Yeah.
would you ever have a animal be a part of your team?
An animal.
Yeah, like a dog.
Yeah, because animals have a sixth sense. They can sense spirits.
I've
Oh
seen
yeah,
it.
yeah. No,
I've
no.
seen it
Okay,
with the dog.
I've seen tactics like that. I've seen it. I think I saw one on Ghost Adventures, and I seen some YouTuber that did it. They take the dog, and they train the dog like it's the what do you call those dogs? My brain is rotten right now.
A
So
dachshund, a bloodhound, a
no,
German
those
shepherd.
dogs, the dogs that host people that's disabled and all that, that stays by their side.
Oh, you mean like
A service animal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
service dog?
Basically, they train them like a service animal to, but they scout out for like ghosts and all that, or spirits and all of that. So I think it's okay.
Kind of like a
I
search
think
and
it's
rescue dog for the spirits.
Virgil, funny.
I'm,
Sorry, I
I,
got
you know, I think that's a good idea, man. I really do. Uh, you know, dogs are very, very keen. They see things we don't. It's a
Setter
reason
cat.
why. Yeah, it's a reason why a cat will sit up in a corner and like, yeah, I see your ass. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we've had
looking up
that
in that
happen
corner.
before.
I've I've seen folks actually use a dog too for to find bones like from dead people.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Hmm.
they'll be like, hey, there was a murder here or something, and or like on a paranormal side, they've heard, that people were killed there, murdered there, buried there, whatever, and they'll actually have cadaver dogs come in, and I've heard a few times they've found stuff, and sometimes they don't. But I mean,
I think the biggest thing is, man, you go buy you a GoPro and set that dog up and go to a not so much a residential but a commercial location and just follow behind that dog. That dog was the thing. It's not just the senses; it's the smell too. The dog can, see things. It can smell things that we can't, we can't smell, and that we can't, smell. So that dog, you just follow that dog, and I'm pretty. That dog would take you right to where you need to be. Man, I think dogs are the key to everything when it comes to investigating. I don't trust a cat because a cat it'll go, but it won't come back. So you you end up losing something. But yeah, I mean, I think a dog would be cool. Dogs would be a great additioning to the team. Besides they're loyal. Dogs are more loyal than cats are. Cats will stab you in the back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, guys, it seems like you guys uh want to be successful at this. At the end of everything, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, would you guys still be doing this or would you guys retire?
I'll probably still be doing it.
if I can move,
You still
I
be doing
will probably always be doing it. If I'm all by myself, I don't care. I'll be still
it?
doing it as long as I can move, and I still got my faculties at least.
Honestly, this has been part of my life since I was really, really young. I think I would probably do it until I die.
Okay. Now, if you guys had an opportunity to investigate, where would you guys like to go within the West Palm Beach area?
Within there's not that much. Oh, there's a house in West Palm
The
Beach.
Riddle House.
Yes, I want to go to. I want to find how to get into that. I want to do the Riddle House.
Mm, okay. How far are you guys from Orlando?
2 hours.
Hour.
Oh, okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. I got a buddy of mine who's a part of my team. Just moved to Orlando, and he went to a location that looked like a old hotel, but it looked like it was back in the 1800s. It looked like a Spanish fort, but it was a hotel. I can't think of the name of it, but he said that place was amazing. The paranormal team that showcased it, I can't remember them either, but uh, they were. It seemed like they had control of the whole location. Have you guys reached out to any paranormal teams in your area, and possibly do some collaborations?
Yeah, yeah, yes, I have several times. And the thing is Florida is way different than other. This is my experience. This is what I've seen. Florida is way different than other states. When I was in North Carolina, I always got invited somewhere. I don't needed to pay. Florida, every time I contact the team, they say, "Hey, you want to investigate us? It's $250. You guys can come in to this place and investigate." Like, there's a team in down south that replied to us saying, "Hey, you want to investigate? Everybody has to pay, I think, $40 per person to investigate with them." and that's how we can collaborate with them. For me, I don't. Why do we have to pay money to another team to investigate with another team? Why can't we work with each other to collaborate? It only in Florida, it only works with one person or two people. It doesn't
Mhm.
work with if you want to work with another team. Another team, they want money, and it's here in Florida. This is the reason why I stopped contacting other teams because they're greedy, they're selfish, and I'm sorry, I may get backfire from this from Florida teams, but it's the truth. They're selfish, they're greedy. There's a lot of teams out there that's in it for themselves. There's a lot of them out there that's in it for the money. There's a lot of them out there that doesn't care about other people. They just want to do what they want to do. So in Florida, it's like a competition. You have to be on top. You have to evolve quickly in Florida. Now with other states, it's different. Like North Carolina, teams will always want to meet up and do stuff and trade locations and all that. But here, they don't care about you here.
Oh
It's
boy,
what really upsetting down here. That's
I
my
can I can see the backlash tomorrow on that one. But you know what? It's good that a man speaks the truth. If that is the way that it is down there, that's horrible. I mean, I think
I
there's some. Yeah, that's horrible. Go ahead.
have to say, Dave Sloan from Key West, if you're watching, he's not talking about you.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
to,
yeah, no,
to
no,
come
not that guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have to mention the people who will actually uh, investigate with others, because he'll let us in for free. So we're not
Mm,
talking about you, Dave. Dave,
That's
you're awesome.
so like that guy. He's awesome. That guy's awesome. He's by himself. But if X, I don't want to mention trying to mention teams here, but there's like several different teams, especially down south. There's several different of them that I can name right now from West Palm Beach down. They're greedy. They're ignorant. They're greedy. I don't like it. I don't like them. I'll I'll respect what they do because we're in the same field. I won't ever cause beef or problems, but personally, I don't like them. I would never team up with them, all because they want money. I can't stand people who just wants money, 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 money. It's annoying. Are we in it together, or are we doing it for the money? What are we doing here?
good question, man. I like that.
Yeah.
That is
Like,
good.
I don't remember which investigation team it was, but when we did our last private investigation, uh, the lady that we were helping out actually said that she contacted another investigation team and they wanted $1,000 up front just to come to her house.
Mm, not knowing if they're gonna find something or not.
Yeah, if they're even going to help her. They just said in order for us to even show up, we want $1,000 up front.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a shame. Like
Yeah,
using people.
Man,
that's like highway robbery.
Yeah.
wow. Now, is this all over Florida or just in South Florida? Because I heard North Florida is a little bit different. There's some pretty good teams up there that I've actually contacted that are doing quite well and would love to have collaborations with other organizations.
This is basically central all the way down to South Florida. There's
Mm,
some teams in central that they'll team up with you, but it's weird how I can explain this, but Central to South Florida, yeah, they either want money or they want to be the star of the show, or it's basically all about them.
interesting. All right, hey, show of hands. Who's afraid of the dark on the panel? Nobody's afraid of the dark.
Austin, Austin, are you raising your hand?
Oh, I'm not.
Oh,
Is that
why
why
do
the camera's
people?
off? Raise your hand.
Hey, he would never. Hey, if he was, he would never. I mean, I don't see it. I think he's raising his hand, but that's
All
just
right.
me. Hey, all right, guys. Why are so many people afraid of the dark? Can somebody tell me?
I think it has
That's
something to do
natural.
with you don't know what's in the dark.
Mhm.
That would have to be the main reason. And the more you stare into the dark, your mind just runs wild. So you just start imagining that you're seeing things, and that's where that fear,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe, it comes from.
Now, great answer, Cordell. Great answer. Now, when people when people are afraid of something they don't understand, like you say, their mind wanders. Now, do you think that contributes to most of the residential cases that are out here today?
I don't know if it's the most, but I think it definitely, the human mind is crazy, and somebody's afraid. They may think they see stuff, and they actually are not.
But it
Um,
also may have something to do with
but
the fact that, Florida is a very old state, and the
Hmm.
continuous amounts of construction being done does bring things out that some people just don't understand, and they can't put their finger on it, and it scares them half to death.
Mm. Okay. Now, who can I pick on? Cordell, I'm gonna pick with you on this one, bro. Okay. Now, do you think the mind play like you say the mind plays a big part on whether someone thinks that something is going on in their location, or do you think somebody that has medical issues, or somebody that has medical issues, or do you think that's a little bit more worse?
So, yes, with this question, so the fact that the when you're in the dark, your mind can perceive things. Um, Me myself, I suffer from schizophrenia. So, yes, while in the dark, I can imagine seeing things, but like Terry stated earlier, when as you see things, you have to think, is this actually there, or am I perceiving it from the mind? It
Mm.
just really depends on how you take it. You got to debunk every little piece.
Okay. Now, people with medical issues, and they're off their meds. The thing about it, guys, is these pharmaceuticals. We don't know what's in these drugs that these people are taking. Some of them can make you see things. Some of these things can put you to sleep. It really depends on what kind of uh the
What
situation that you're in.
the medication and the milligrams that they put you on is a big factor
Yeah.
into everything.
So if somebody's off their meds and they have a mental breakdown. They start seeing things, and uh, well, there's something over there. Dude, I actually had a case where I got called, and somebody said they had giant cockroaches in their house, drinking their milk and smoking their cigarettes. So, with that being said, what percentage would you think most of the paranormal cases are mental and psychological?
Um, on a breakdown, I'm just going off a thought. I'm going to call it 50-50 on that one. Because, with stuff like giant cockroaches, drinking your milk straight from the gallon, and smoking your cigarettes, that's definitely a mental thing. But, if someone's like, oh, I keep seeing shadow people, and, I swear when I come home, I turn my lights off, but they're on. That could be either or. Like, that's a 50-50 on that one in itself.
Well, I mean, we do got cockroaches out there that big.
Oh man, don't I know?
how light it is to itself.
They have 6 legs. They can light a lighter, I'm sure.
I
I
don't think
don't
they're
see why not. I mean,
Maybe they're
hey,
fun.
Rodney and Ralph flushed the toilet. I mean, these guys can do anything.
Yeah. If a snake can go through a toilet system, a cockroach can light a cigarette.
I mean, they're the only thing that can really survive a nuclear bomb, so why not smoke some arsenic? I don't know.
Twinkies
Why
can
not?
also survive their Armageddon.
Did you say Twinkies?
I did.
They have a shelf life of like 12 years. It's crazy.
Oh my God, a Twinkie, a 12-year-old Twinkie. Can you believe that one? But okay. But you know what, guys? Seriously, mental issues, I think, are playing more of a part today than it was 20, 30 years ago. Would you guys, Terry, would you agree with me or disagree?
Um, yes, I mean, I think the further we go with the more humans on the planet anyway, there's more of us and, better chances of somebody having a medical issue. All the crap that's in their food and, all the stuff that certain people take, you know, we don't know
Yeah,
what we're ingesting. But
and
yeah,
all that.
I think that there are a lot of, I believe there's a lot of cases where it doesn't, I wouldn't say mainly, mental issues, but I think that's a big part too. Someone thinks they see something, it's not their fault, but their brain is
Mm,
telling them that. I mean, it happens.
right. How, I mean, all right. You never know. How
Could be true.
much,
Could be true too.
yeah. How much do urban legends play a part in paranormal investigating in Florida?
Hmm.
No, I'm not from Florida, but what is it? The skunk ape, I think, is here.
The skunk ape exists.
People,
Don't even say that it
there's,
doesn't.
I think there's people who,
We can
they go
debate on
looking
that one.
for, yeah, they go looking for the skunk ape. I'm a fan of the skunk ape. I don't know, I can't tell you if it's real or not, but I have pictures on the wall. The skunk, I think it's cool. Where I'm from, Maryland, we have the goat man. I've never seen him, never
Yeah,
heard
we
him.
got the goat man here up in North Texas too.
Yeah,
Just had lunch with the guy. I mean, he don't know why people say what they say about him and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Same.
I don't know what to think about all that. I'm not going to say they don't exist because I haven't seen it. I just never seen it. But there are people, I believe, to go out looking for it, and if there is a such thing as any of that, I hope somebody finds something.
Yeah, that'd be very
I'll
interesting.
definitely start
Austin,
looking for that too.
Yes, sir.
quick question, man. I mean, you guys are paranormal investigators. Are you willing to take this a step farther, or do you want to keep it at the level where you're able to maintain and control? How far do you want to go with this?
What do you mean, like step farther? Like step farther? Like
I mean, when you because paranormal investigator is it's a pretty much large veil. I mean, it's about as big as this box right here. Paranormal investigating, there are so much you can put into this box.
yeah.
By the way, Buffalo Wild Wings. So when I mean, do you want to take a step farther? Do you want to step into other things? Like ufology. Do you want to, raise that bar up to something else? I mean, because when people just don't get into paranormal investigating without trying to dabble into other things that are out there also.
See, this is me. This is me. I'm like, I believe it when I see it. Like with ghost hunting, when I went out there and started doing like paranormal investigating with spirits and ghosts and all that, didn't really believe in that until it actually happened. So
Mm.
that's how I see religion too. Like people believe in God and all that. Me, I haven't seen, met, talked to God, so I don't believe in a God until that actually happens to me. So that's my view on everything. It actually
Mm.
has. If I experience it, then I believe it. I just don't like to be forced and shown, hey, this is how it is, because I've been told by a very religious person that they believe in God, but they don't believe in ghosts. And I'm just like, isn't God the same thing though? Isn't God a ghost too? Like you, if you can believe in God, you do believe in ghosts.
Well,
I'm,
It's the
I,
Father,
that's
the
how.
Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
The kind of-
I mean, if you guys ain't never watched the Blues Brothers, man, Elwood had the Holy Ghost. I'm telling you, that dude was doing backflips, and I mean, James Brown had that boy jamming, and everybody in that church had the Holy Ghost that day. Well, that was. If you guys ain't never seen the Blues Brothers, y'all should watch that. Because there are so many different branches that paranormal investigators can veer off to, and not necessarily remain there or just go out there and test the waters. I know a lot of paranormal investigators are in cryptozoology. I know a lot of paranormal investigators that are on ufology, and I know a lot of paranormal investigators that do archaeology. To go out and find new things. I just throw that out there to see if there are any other paths that you and your team might want to take down the road.
So I would be open to having a team, like my own team, just doing specifically for that, because I'm not telling like Terry, Kara, and Cordell, they can, if they want to believe, they can do what they want to do. I'm not gonna hold them back saying, "Oh no, you're just gonna be ghost hunting and all that, or paranormal investigating, or doing any of this." I'm not gonna hold them to that. But I am open to have discussion with people if they want to be on an ice spook team for that purposes.
Mm, okay, all right. Well, you know what, man? After what I saw last year down there in that mall, somebody's got to go down there and investigate in Miami. What the hell is going on?
The next day, I was at that mall too. After our investigation at the Gold Coast Railroad Museum, I went to that mall.
You know what I'm saying? That whole situation was crazy. Uh, you got aliens, man, shopping at Bloomingdale's and had these bags walking outside. I don't even know where these guys are going. But I mean, they shut the mall down, took everybody's cell phone who took pictures. It was total chaos, But at the end of the day, my Miami Police Department said, "Oh, it was just kids shooting." Come on, man. I was born at night, but not last night.
The Men in Black don't want you to know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty crazy on what's going on. But me myself, I always wanted to open up another division, a part of NSPS TV. But I got into a bit argument with the woman that actually ran MUFON, the Central Texas division, and I don't think she'll have me.
Oh no.
I mean, it is what it is. But hey, Big T, check this out, buddy. Uh, you investigated by yourself for a long time, correct? You and Austin. I mean, all four of you guys investigated by yourselves for a long time.
Hmm.
Do you guys think it's fate that you guys came together like this?
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you believe in that and, you know, that or, by chance, I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, so, I just saw something on, I think it was Facebook and responded to it. And then we found Cordell and then we had Kara. So I
Okay.
don't know.
Now,
It's like one day we all got on some page at different times. So here we are. So could be.
Austin, are you open to having more members join your team, or are you pretty happy with the three of the four individuals you have now?
Well, right now I'm creating a team in different states. Right now I have a team in Washington that's building up right now. We have 3 people currently on there called the Ispook Banshee. And then I also got hits from other people that they want to start a team in Georgia and Virginia. So I'm gonna start contacting them, see what we can do, see where we can go with this. But right now we have
Hmm.
2 teams, one in Washington that's just starting. They're about to get rolling here pretty soon. And then our team here in Florida. I would like to have more members, especially up north in Florida, so they can cover the North Florida. Let's say the Pensacola, the stuff that's like very hard for us to go up there and reach.
Hmm.
That is what
Okay,
I'm
now, okay, now, okay, now with you wanting to do that, are you going to be very specific in certain cases that each team do, or you want to keep everybody under the same umbrella? When I mean different cases, we all know that being a paranormal investigator, there's different levels to this. You know, one, you're a paranormal investigator, and all you do is come in and you identify, that something's going on. So you pretty much a team that comes in and just, you know, verify. You tell the owners what they need to know, or you could be number two is you can come in and you can be a team that come in and identify there's something's going on, but if there's something a little bit more heavy, you guys will be able to handle that situation. Or you can be number three where you can just focus on some of the dark stuff and not even worry about, certain things that are above that.
Can I choose all 3?
I mean, if you got the and I mean, I've never. I mean, there's a couple teams that I've had on the show that only dealt with demonology. They've dealt with things, dark things, and that's all they ever deal with.
Right. So yeah,
So
well, I want to look for somebody that's into demonology, that is a demonologist, and I'm trying to get somebody that knows how to do cleansing and all of that, just so when we do private investigations, that we do have a team member that knows what to do, what to seek, what like, so we can have like a full team, so we don't have to say, hey, do this or this or this or that, or search for somebody for them to have a cleaning done or any of that. And any of us can become a demonologist by studying and all of that, and anybody can become a cleansing person. So hopefully, like later down the line, I'm not very religious, so it most likely will not be me. But I'm looking for somebody who's involved with religion and all that, can be on the learn how to do the cleansing stuff, so it'd be a good asset to the team. Once we leave, they can do the cleansing and all that stuff, or come back whenever they and do the cleansing then.
okay, cool, cool. Now I do know this to be at that type of level, it takes years of research, education. People, I mean, there are demonology classes on the web, but do you really want to take that course? 2 days, you named, hey, I'm a demonologist now, but with no field experience. How can you be a demonologist with no field experience? I don't understand that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It takes a while to if you're going to do it for real.
Yeah,
It takes
Takes a
because
while.
years, and then you have to go through a church, I believe, to be a real
Yeah.
demonologist.
Real,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I think the Catholic Church would definitely have to certify you as a
Yes,
demonologist.
I believe so. Yes.
because you can't just say
And
I'm a demonologist, because then you just open up whoever to something just worse than what they're going through.
mm-hmm. Hey, and you really don't want to open up that book and say that I'm this, I'm that, when you really not, because that is something like that may be far and few, but I mean it's still pretty heavy.
When it
You know
comes
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
thought of demons, you want everything done the right way.
Right. Leave no stones unturned whatsoever. If you see a
No,
big
sir.
brick in the middle of the road, you got to flip that thing over. You know what I mean? You got to make sure everything's okay. Because not only do you have yourself at risk, you got the person that who called you might be at risk also. You know what I'm saying? But Kara,
Exactly.
Yeah.
so you're the one with the twinkle twitch.
I
Tell me
suppose you
about
could say that.
tell me about your twinkle twitch.
Yeah. I've never heard it like called that, but um, I am a sensitive in the sense that like I can feel presences, I can do things like that. Um, Growing up, I had an imaginary friend that
Hmm.
was actually a spirit. My mom had a hard time believing that that was the case until she walked in on chalk moving on a chalkboard while I was playing tic tac toe with this
Wow,
spirit.
really?
There were times where she would be like, "Hey, what do you want for lunch?" Walk in my bedroom, and there are chess pieces moving on their own, and I'm sitting in front of the chessboard. And then she's like, "You know what? I'm just gonna leave you be," and like slowly walked out and closed the door.
Uh,
um, at first, she was kind of like, "What the hell is going on?" And then she like she talked to a psychic. She talked to we had a maid that came in, and she was able to describe exactly what this little girl looked like, and it was exactly to a T how I described her like years before. And she was like, "Okay, maybe she wasn't joking. Maybe she wasn't just imagining things. Maybe this is more than just an innocent little imaginary friend."
mm.
um there were times where like my maid would come in and try to clean the bathroom, and the spirit turned the shower on her. Yeah, it was really something. um so I just kind of grew up like knowing that they exist, hearing things, waking up from what my mom would call nightmares, and then like about people passing away and how they passed away. And then 3 days later, we'd see the person on the news, and I'd be like, "Mom, that's her."
Mm. So, did you able to visually see these individuals, or did you more so hear them?
Um, when I was younger, it was both. It was like they were living beings standing in front of me, talking to me, having conversations, all of this. But as I got older, of course, your sensitivity dies out. Children usually have that sensitivity, and it dies out as you get older.
Why do you think that is?
Um, from a spiritual aspect, I think it has something to do with your third eye closing a little bit as you get older, and your brain starts to morph around like how we perceive the world, and kind of
Mm.
solidifies that. Whereas as a kid, you're still learning, you're still open to every perception possible. So it's a little bit different. Um, there have been studies that say that children have the same sensitivities as animals growing up to the paranormal. Stuff like that. I've done a lot of research because I thought I was just weird. I thought that it wasn't normal. So I did a lot of research to figure out if there were people like me and there are. It's just very rare to find people like me who are adults still and not children.
Hmm.
And I had a very unique upbringing, and I like to use it in my everyday life.
Okay. Did it? Did your mom have the same gift you did, or did it skip her? And was it your grandmother that had the gift, or your
It was
grandfather?
actually my grandmother on my dad's side.
Ah,
So,
okay.
yeah. She grew up being able to kind of like have a feeling, like she had that gut feeling of like something's going to happen before I was born, before my mom even knew what my gender was. My grandmother handed her a stuffed cat with a pink bow on it and said, "Hand this to your daughter when she's a year old. I won't be alive for it." And
Hmm.
3 months after I was born, she passed away from cancer.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay.
like, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So, do you think it's possible that your offspring will have the same gift, or do you think it will skip a generation like it did your mom?
It's hard to tell right now because I do have a 2 year old. Cordell and I have a 2 year old. And he does like to talk to our dolls a lot. Um, we have gotten some things where,
Now,
mhm,
how did I know that you had a kid and I we've never even talked about it?
I don't know.
Sixth sense.
Maybe, maybe.
um, he is currently trying to go to bed right now, but um, like he used to giggle in front of one of our biggest dolls and like have full conversations with her. And we had like a little baby camera pointed at his crib in the last place that we were at, and it was motion
Hmm.
activated. And it would pan away from his crib periodically and then back to his crib. So like we have that video somewhere, I'm sure.
Wow.
But it's been pretty wild.
Okay, okay.
um
Guys, that's interesting. I would like to see that video. Couple more questions, guys, and I'm gonna get you guys out of here. Terry, since you are considered the oldest of the bunch, I wanna me and you have a conversation. Uh, Today's kids are very unusual. These kids here are, for the most say, are growing up in single family households. You know, either their mom or taking care of the kids, or the grandmother's taking the kids. There's really not a father, in their lives. If it is, it's off and on. But with that said, is we can all agree that having a father in the house is it needs to be a father in the house, because without that father in the house, you don't have that certain respect that needs to be handed down towards the kid. Can you agree with me on that?
Yeah. I think at least in their life, my parents split. I was maybe 12 or 13, but my father, I knew where to find him. He knew where to find us,
Okay.
and
So
he was never out of our lives. So I still had that male mentor
right,
to keep
you
me in
know,
check.
yeah, there you go.
Growing up
So
as a young teenage male, yeah, yeah,
and I'm glad you said that, to keep you in check. Most of these
yes,
kids today are not being kept in check because the parents, the guardian, cannot control them, handle them. So the kids aren't showing respect towards their elders.
Yeah.
So with that being said, is these kids here are potential future paranormal investigators if they choose to be, if they choose to go down that path. But they are being you know, side blocked because they don't have the respect that it needs to be one. One of the main rules in our community is always have respect for your elders. So with that being said, is if you see a kid in a Walmart and they want that toy, and the grandma tells them no, what's going to happen? They're going to fall out, blah 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 blah, start crying and all that stuff. Back in my day, you would have got smacked upside the head, but this day and age, you can't do that because you'll go to jail.
Yeah, we
You know,
we decided to cut loose in a store. My mom would give us a look, and that was the end of that.
End of that look. There you go.
She'd give us
Yep.
a look into that, and my father. I think my father actually spanked me. I don't know, maybe 3 times, and one was for cussing at my mother, which I
Oh
learned.
hell no, man! You got
Real,
more balls than I got. Shit, that's
yeah,
a that's a
I
big
call it
no no.
I call it stupidity because I learned a very valuable lesson that day. Um,
Yeah,
and I don't think I've ever, I'm grown now. I'm 47. I don't curse in front of my mother
yeah.
because
I don't either. I
yeah,
don't.
it's uh
It's just one of those things
it's
that
ingrained in me
we.
once he got hold of me. So,
Yeah.
but
So.
I want to also say like with the kids today, what they're looking at. So you got a lot of big names on YouTube, and there's a lot of kids who follow them, and they
Mhm.
think that's what they should emulate in ghost hunting or
Mhm.
paranormal investigation. The yelling, the screaming. I'm like, how do you even hear anything going on? Because you're all running around yelling and screaming. Or like a recent video, let's have a ghost prom. I'm like, when was this paranormal investigation? I don't know when this came about, but it grasps younger folks because they're like, oh yeah, let's go crazy, and that's what we have in our community right now.
Yes, I mean, so as we know, guys, everything starts at the top and trickles its way down.
Yep.
How are we able to get this under control before it's too late? Because, like you said, Terry, there are things that are on social media, TikTok, YouTube, that these kids, these future paranormal investigators are seeing, and they're emulating that. So that's what they're going by. And we all know that the one key factor to actually communicating with someone in the great beyond is uh, having respect. Not only for and discipline. Thank you, Irene. Uh, Respect, discipline, and so on and so on. But I see that these kids don't have that now. What
There's
do
one
you?
investigator who's a really, really big name. I'm not going to say it. He's a really big name. And when you say respect, I think that's the one thing. I don't want to talk about the teammates because I don't know, but this individual mainly, that's what's lacking. And he's one of the biggest. A lot of people follow this guy. No respect for the dead, uh, people who have worked with him. He has shut people's shows down. Like, but this is what the kids are seeing,
Hmm.
you know.
So
Possessed.
for
Every show he's possessed, it's like, come on, like that's what hurts our community. But that's what
mm,
draws in the crowd. So this is what they're doing.
right.
And then there's real investigators out there, and but everybody wants to emulate that.
So, but with that being said, how are we able to control that? Because the way it looks like is you guys, the Caros, the Cardells, the Austins, you guys are the last hope to actually control this. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not under control now, and if these kids aren't taught right, it's going to continue spiraling down that rabbit hole. So we're not only talking about the generation that's before y'all, What about the generation that's after them? So, can you imagine what paranormal investigating is going to be like 60 years from now if this continues, the disrespect, the, the dishonoring of people that has been long gone way before these guys were even born? Can you imagine what's going to go on then?
And
That's
if
not
people
something I
already
want.
don't take us serious as it is, there's folks who don't take us serious, paranormal
Right.
investigators to begin with, and then they see that on TV or YouTube, and they're like, "Well, there you go."
Yeah. And and this is the biggest problem that if you guys are able to see that this is the one big problem that I see that the young generation is doing. And it breaks my freaking heart. And Irene hit this perfect. Kicking over headstones in graveyards.
Yeah.
That is
Desecration of a graveyard is disgusting.
very disgusting. And it pisses me off because I love graveyards. I practically investigate
Me
one
too.
every Saturday. I didn't go this Saturday, but dude, you know how many headstones, and I know those things were tons. You can't tell
Yeah.
me some South Texas wind knocked that crap down because
No.
it doesn't happen like that. It takes some force.
Yeah. And it's just the fact that kids today, what they see on the internet, the TikTok, YouTube, they'll do anything to be like that for clout. And I'm like, it's disrespectful and it's unneeded. You need to be reserved, and you need guidance and discipline if you want to be a paranormal investigator. None of
Cordell,
this.
where? Yep, I totally agree. And where do that start, Cordell?
It all starts in the beginning
No, no,
from
no. What from your what?
from your parents.
There you go. All that starts at home.
Well, parent for me. I was raised in a single home.
I had both parents, but my mom was definitely both parents for me, even if my dad was there.
Mm. So we can all agree that a popping on the butt is good for you every now and then.
Yes. Plus, my grandparents were very strict with me because they're both from over the pond, so they didn't take anything from us.
Hmm. Nothing whatsoever. So the question that I have for each one of you guys is there hope?
I feel like there is, as long as we are true to ourselves, true to the way that we investigate, and we push that message forward. I feel like being able to be heard as actual investigators and people who are respectful might make a couple of the kids that see the other investigators and like realize what they're doing wrong when they're disrespectful.
Hmm.
Like the ways of old, we pass down what we know down to the younger generation in hopes that they'll pass it down to their future generations.
Mm. Right,
Adopt
Terry. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
All right, Big T. What you think?
Yeah, I agree with what they both said, and there are teams out there and folks out there who are good investigators. They could be good role models for the people coming up, the kids coming up. I think we need more of them. We need to quiet the other ones that are loud now,
Hmm.
Hmm.
um, with education and all that. And I know some people don't like them, the debunkers out there, but I like when they call people out.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's funny because you can see the teams who will reach out to them and talk to them. And you're like, hey, thanks. I didn't even notice that. And then you see the
Mm.
ones that get really upset. And
Right.
we all know they're fake, but they get really upset because they think you're messing with their money now.
There you go.
Um, but we get certain people once they go away, they're done doing their thing and they find something else to chase.
Mm.
Maybe these teams that are low, they kids still interested and gravitate towards that. the good side of it.
Okay.
Being respectful. Like I saw Irene wrote, spray people are spray painting buildings and stuff like that, and it's like, that's happened throughout history with kids. But when it's us doing it, I have an issue with it. Um,
Right.
and like I said before, people already don't take us seriously, and then they see
Mm,
this nonsense, and
right.
it doesn't help.
Now,
Especially,
Austin, are you open to mentoring kids in the near future?
um, I mean, if somebody reached out, but in my old ways, I can't. I don't. I might need to get a little more older, more relaxed, because I don't know if I can handle them.
I think
Well,
that's my question for Terry.
I can't handle my younger brothers. They're 23.
oh wow,
Triple
Oh
H.
man.
I can't handle them right now.
yeah,
It's a
man,
different, you
they
know.
kids are a different breed today.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
we
But
we come
okay,
from a different time,
oh, definitely, dude,
so I guess I need to
definitely.
I need to work on myself on that end before trying to, but giving advice and stuff like that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Um,
Okay. Now, do you? Okay. Now, like I say, a couple more questions. I'm gonna get you guys out of here. Uh, is it possible that the community, because everything starts with your community, right? Have you guys reached out to the community on anything that you guys wanted to do? If you guys wanted to put your name out, you guys want to, you know, tell the community, hey, I'm here. Please contact me with anything, any problems. Have you guys been able to do that?
Well, on social media, but Cordell and I are about to plan on going out. We supposed to do this today, but I overslept, so this was my fault today. But tomorrow, Cordell and I are gonna go out, and we're gonna go to different places and talk and put posters up and give them our business cards and all that, and actually start locally from West Palm Beach to all the way to Vero Beach to promote our team out there.
Okay, cool. I mean, that'd be a cool way to go. But hey, why not have a meet and greet somewhere?
that's a good
That
idea.
is a good idea.
Go to your local pub or your local, place where people can go, and mostly on a Saturday. Just hey man, can I set up? Introduce yourself, and it could be a pub or it can brew a brewery. I did a brewery, and my outcome was so amazing. People came up to me like, "Oh man, I like your cameras, dude. What does that do? What does this do? Where can I get your info?" And it was really nice. We actually went and set up our QRS code where people don't have to look us up now. All they do is scan our codes, and they can get everything that every Facebook page, every YouTube channel, everything. All they got to do is scan that QRS, and we all just pop up. Pretty
It's a neat
cool.
idea.
Hmm.
Pretty cool. And what? I mean, you ain't been in no loony bin. What are you talking about?
those,
All
those
right.
places aren't fun. Just saying.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Gary. How you doing today? Hey, happy
Happy
42nd.
birthday.
Yes, sir,
All right, let's
Gary.
see who is.
We should sing
I
Gary happy birthday.
uh, yeah, Austin, you got that James Brown voice. Let me hear that voice. Sing happy birthday to him.
Oh my god, I cannot sing. Happy birthday. I can't sing.
Okay.
Oh, well, hey, you sound like more like Barry White now.
Yeah.
My god.
You got that deep voice. Yeah, man. Happy birthday.
He hasn't had his Celsius yet.
Oh yeah.
I got. But hey, man, you know what? it seemed like you guys are on the right direction, man. And in the future, if you guys really want to get yourselves out there, hey, I can possibly see a podcast with you guys. Guys, start up your own podcast. You guys have the name, I Spook Paranormal Podcast Show. That sounds really freaking good.
Comes right off the tongue.
Yeah, it
Yep.
comes right off the tongue.
Terry and I have been in talks. We want to start our own podcast together, so we're gonna get everything situated, and we're gonna start planning things out together soon. And
I mean, because basically, you guys have everything already set up. Austin, you have StreamYard, you have the logo, you actually have the Barry White voice. So you guys are already set to go for this. Just take it. And what I would do is I would send. All right, Austin. I know you hate paranormal teams south of West Palm Beach. I know you're not digging those guys, but anything north of Palm Beach, those are the guys I would reach out for. Though I would hit up every paranormal team in my state to have them come on my show, tell a little something, something about themselves, so you guys can get that.
uh-oh.
What was that? You guys can get that understanding between one another. Is there an echo going? What is that? No.
Yeah, I think there's an echo going on.
Carol.
I don't know where
What?
that came from. All right.
I mean, our thing hooked up to the Wi-Fi for a second, and that always cuts out. So we had to disconnect from the Wi-Fi and go back on mobile. So that might have been it.
Okay. I was wondering.
It did it like 4 times this whole video, but that was the only time you caught us. So I guess it's fine.
Oh wow. Yeah, but podcast would be great. So
Yeah.
We've talked about it, so we're working on
all right. So
Cordell,
What's up?
I don't know who's doing that, dude.
can you mute yourself?
Yep.
Yeah, so Cordell, we can hear you fine. The rest of us are echoing.
That's weird.
Yeah. Can you mute yourself?
Everybody has a background now. That's weird.
There we go. Yes, it's his side.
Yeah, I think it was the mute. Yeah.
There you go. Wow. All right, guys. So there you go again.
Push.
I guess it wasn't a mute.
All right. So 2 more questions. I'm gonna get you guys out of here, man. The first question is: does any of you guys have a paranormal bucket list? If so, where would you guys like to go?
I can start. So I would Savannah, Georgia. We got the echo thing going again.
Cordell, can you mute yourself?
That is so funny.
There you go. Go ahead, Terry.
How's that sound?
That's better. They had to meet themselves.
It wasn't doing that.
No, it wasn't doing that earlier. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. For me, it's Savannah, Georgia. I'll just say Savannah, the whole place, and that's one I'd like to go to, and I think we're actually going to one that was on my list, but Austin can let him talk about future investigations as the lead.
All right. Oh yeah. Um, there's the one we have coming up now is on the 8th and the 9th. We're going to Jasper, Florida, which is actually 10 minutes from the Georgia state line. So we're gonna actually be right by Georgia. Uh, we're going to a prison, going to a jail there called the Old Hamilton County Jail. So we're gonna be going there and investigating there for 2 nights, and after that, we're gonna go back to the Devil's Tree here in our own city to investigate the Devil's Tree as a team. So we're gonna do a professional investigation here to see if we can conjure up the first Florida serial killer, Gerard John Schaefer, which everybody down here knows about. And starting in January, I believe
Where'd
we're
everybody
gonna.
go?
What happened?
That was weird.
What happened?
Yeah, everybody froze up. That was weird.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
StreamYard.
yeah, probably aliens. What about St. Augustine Lighthouse? You guys been to that
Yeah,
place yet?
I was gonna say I think that's coming up in January. I think it is. That's when we're gonna hit up St. Augustine. I'm gonna try to book the jail and the lighthouse there.
How much are they charging y'all for that?
The lighthouse isn't that much. The jail is the one that's kind of pricey. That's kind of like I think $200. That's
Ooh.
for it. I think that's together, so it's kind of cheap. But it's like I think it's 2 to 3 hours though.
How do you feel about pay to play?
I don't. No, I don't like that. I don't anything with pain. I don't like that. I don't know. I get it sometimes because team comes in there and there's a lot of people that disrespects the dead, and disrespects their own private property that's there. So I
Hmm.
understand charging people because they have to clean up their mess and all of that and pay them. All right, Cordell.
Is it
Cordell's
doing
back.
it again?
Oh
It's
yeah.
still echoing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Told you.
muted.
Oh,
Just check my messenger.
okay. All right. Mr. Austin, where would you like to go on your bucket list, sir?
Man, I really want to go to Alcatraz. I really want to go to Alcatraz. I want to go to St. Albans. I think that's in Virginia. I want to go there, and I do want to go to Savannah, Georgia as well.
Okay. Interesting. Any other place? It's weird because, okay, I'll wait. Kara and Cordell, where would you guys like to go on your bucket list?
So I have two spots in particular. One is Bobby Mackey's, which is currently under renovation.
Mm-hmm.
And the USS Hornet in California. A
been
beautiful
there.
aircraft carrier with a dark
Haven't been
history.
to
Yeah. Any other place?
You?
I just wanted to experience like St. Augustine, not like the tourist parts of St. Augustine, but like the actual historical on like where a lot of tourists don't go. Like, because St. Augustine as a whole is a very old town, a very like has a very big history to it, and I feel like the tourist attractions kind of like deter from what you can actually find, like kind of like under a hidden rock kind of thing.
Oh, Pavalia Island. That is definitely on my bucket list of places.
Okay.
Key West is really nice.
Well, Pavalia Island is in Italy. It's where one of the it's got a lot of deaths from the bubonic plague era. and it's like you have to get like special permission from the government just to go. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
On that note, the catacombs in Paris would be nice too.
I feel yeah, the Paris catacombs would be nice, but they're very dangerous.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah, it is.
The same
All
thing
right.
with the Aokigahara forest in Japan.
Mm, okay. Virgil, behave yourself. I think he's calling Cordell hot lips.
Ooh. Oh man.
Yeah, man. I bet you attract some of the weirdest individuals, huh?
Yeah, how do you think I got part of this team?
All right. Hey, guys. One more question. I'm going to get you guys out of here. And this is for Austin. Austin.
Cordell mute.
Austin.
Yes, sir.
Where'd he go? All right. Tell the world how to get a hold of you.
You can get a hold of me on our website, ispookparanormal.com. You can get a hold of me on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook, or you can message the Facebook team page, or you can join our group, Ispook Paranormal. We have 2.3K, and we have lots of people joining every single day. So there's multiple ways you can get in contact with us. Also have a phone number you guys can contact. You can use that strictly just for paranormal. So there's lots of ways to contact me, but when you do contact me, you might get diverted to somebody else, which is Terry or Kara, about private investigations or setting up investigations, because I do not handle that. I just organize everything now. So everything will just be passed along with other people. So if you do message me, I'm just gonna redirect you somewhere else to somebody else.
Oh boy, that's funny. Okay, who answered the phone when I called? That had to be you, Austin.
It was me. That was me.
Well, you didn't direct me to somewhere else. I
I
appreciate that, dude.
You got directed towards me.
I appreciate it. All
No,
right. Well, you know what, guy?
it's just
Hey, man, go ahead.
it's just Terry handles the investigation parts. Everything else I'll just handle on that end.
Okay.
Terry's the one that deals with the investigations because he's really good at organizing and giving a rundown of the investigation.
Wow. It's weird because me and Terry we got the same name. Didn't even know that, did you?
I saw your name and I laughed. I was like, Terry, get ready to meet Terry.
Yeah, we got the same name. We had the same last name. I would have to say, "What up, little bro?" All right, guys. Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. It has been fun for the most part. And you guys, it seems like you guys are on your way, man. I wish you guys nothing but success. Keep up the good work and keep up with the honesty, Austin. Honesty is the best key to having a successful paranormal investigation team. Never stray away from what you're thinking. Uh, that's always the best way to do things. I always say, even though some people might hate it. Oh man, you too straightforward. No, you have to be straightforward in this day and age. No ifs and buts about it. So do not stray away from anything. Always say what's on your mind. Whether you hurt somebody's feelings or not, it's okay.
It's the paranormal world is always revolving drama 24/7. It never stops.
Always, always. People like you guys are gonna make. I mean, people like you guys are eventually are gonna be able to come to the table. When I mean the table, I mean the scientific community. Well, people like you will be the ones that are going to actually have the honor of sitting down and representing our community as a whole. So to me, I think that's a big honor. So if you guys could keep doing what you're doing and and representing us like the way you guys are representing us, I think you guys are will be the ones that would do that. And man, and once that happens, uh, man, it just opens up for everything. Because right now we're not sitting at the paranormal community table. I mean the scientific table. The table is long.
Oh
There's
yeah.
plenty of chairs there. There's plenty of people sitting there, and it seems like as much evidence that we putting out with paranormal teams all around the world. It's still not enough for these guys to allow us to sit down and to share our knowledge with the world. So hopefully you guys will be the ones that do so. If not, someone in your generation would definitely be the one. But those guys behind you, you got to watch out for them.
Oh yeah.
You know what
No.
I'm saying? You definitely got to watch out for them. But with that said, guys, I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Thanks for coming on the show. Oh, and Terry, one last thing. I have a very extraordinary podcast coming up in March. I think you will be a great fit in. It's called Diverse Dimensions Podcast, and it's a podcast for people of color that are in the paranormal field. And I think you representing your team in that podcast would be a great fit. I got a team from Virginia. I got a team from Texas. I got a team from somewhere else. But I think you would be a great fit for that podcast. Uh, what do you say?
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, there's not too many of us out there, as we both
No,
know.
it's not too many
So
brothers out there
yeah,
that is doing this, but
and
it
when
would be
you
an
know when you get us
yeah.
together, it's gonna be a party. You know that, right?
It would be an like I said, it would be an honor to have you on the show representing Ispook Paranormal because, like you say, there are far and few of us out there, but the ones that are out there, we're doing our best to make sure that people understand where we're coming from because it's what we do is considered taboo in our community.
Yes.
So with that said, I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Terry, if you can send me a number where I can get a hold of you, or can I contact you through Austin? How does
Yes.
that work?
I can. Austin has my number or my email. If I don't recognize the number, I don't pick up because I have
Yeah,
people
yeah.
calling his phone constantly. But if you send me an email, or I can get your contact information from Austin, and I can email you my phone number. That
Okay,
way, it's you.
that will work. Okay, but any last questions, anything before I get you guys out of here? Starting with Kara, is anything you would like to say before I get you guys out of here?
No, I think I'm good. What about you?
Stay spooky, my friends.
All right, Big T. Any last thing?
Um, Thanks for having us, and you know, I like Cordell. Stay spooky. I usually say if you see my email, to say stay frosty.
Okay. What about you, Austin? I think
Thank
he's
you.
asleep.
Okay.
Come on, Barry White.
Thank you for having us, and yeah, just thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure
Okay.
being up on here and
Yes,
talking
sir.
to you, getting our team out there. If it wasn't for these guys, this team wouldn't be where it is right now. So I have to thank Terry a lot for coming in and really changing the dynamic of where this team was. So without Terry, this wouldn't be like this. And thank you for Cara and Cordell for coming in and helping out with these investigations. I know those guys are new and they're learning and they're fast learning. So I appreciate them for sticking in there, sticking their heads in. I know sometimes it goes up and down at times, but as long as they're committed and loyal, that means a lot to me, and that shows them a lot of character and a lot of heart in this. So without any of those guys, Ispook wouldn't be Ispook.
I feel you. Okay. Well, hey, it seems like you got your foundation. You're set. You're ready to go, man. Hey, wish you guys on your journey. I hope you reach the level of success that you guys are capable of. And Austin, just be nice.
I'm gonna be me now.
All right, guys. This is Terry. This is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Tonight we're in the Lions Den with Ispook Paranormal from West Palm Beach, Florida. Guys, reach out to them if you guys are ever in the West Palm Beach area. You guys want to investigate, or you just want to hang out. Their number, all their contact information is on their Facebook page. So feel free to go over there. Man, email them, shoot them a text or whatever however that you choose to see fit. They got it all set up for you. You know, until then, like Cordell says, stay spooky. This is Terry out of here. Bye, guys.
Thank you, sir.
See you later.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.